Hello there, this is Bick Benedict. We are playing Alan Wake on the PC on Nightmare difficulty, and this is the wonderful Remedy game called Alan Wake, like I said. So, to unlock Nightmare difficulty, you either clear the game on normal, or probably easy too, or you can set the developer options when you launch the game in Steam. Just one time you only have to do it, and then it will unlock Nightmare for you, which is really nice. I love that kind of flexibility in this modern age. But I played this game back in 2013, in the summer of 2013, when I was doing a guide for Ninja Gaiden 1. So it's been a couple of years, and I've always thought that this game is kind of boring. But since I didn't have anything else to play, I decided to pick this one up again. Or rather, just download it to my hard drive once again and play it, because it's never been covered on this channel, and it's a lovely third person. It's in the genre of the third person. It is an action game, a horror game, and a sophisticated and classy game too, in my opinion. It starts out with a quotation from Stephen King too, so it kind of reminds me of a combination of Twin Peaks, and the character his voice reminds me of Christian Bale from American Psycho and on the Batman movies, obviously. But this is introducing you to the cinematic dodge. It will save you. As you can see, you just do it like right as you're about to get hit, and the enemies will go down in slow motion, and it's a pseudo bullet time. And then from there you can shoot these enemies. But what is Nightmare difficulty? Hell, I didn't even know what it was really, so I had to look it up, because I haven't played this game in 2 years. But I instantly could tell what it was about. The enemies are going to take more time to burn with the flashlights. It's going to take more bullets to kill them. And I presume the enemies hit harder. That's just like the standard fare when you go from one difficulty to the next. And I had quite a hard time playing on normal, so I expect to have a brutal time on Nightmare difficulty. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the Transformers guide. I'm not sure how frequently I'll be pumping these videos out. Hopefully pretty frequently. But I tried to play The Legend of Korra right after Transformers, and then I ran into that one section where it's an on-rail section in the snow where you're supposed to get 3 robots killed, and you only get 3 hits on normal, and on an extreme difficulty they expect you to do it and only get hit one. Oh, well, actually they expect you to do it perfectly. Sorry, 1 hit is too many hits on that part, so I decided to kill that project, and it made me really sad, because these developers, they have to put in something that ruins the game, don't they, in a lot of these games. But I don't think there's anything in this game that does that. I don't remember that. There were a few snafus that I remember. One in the final boss I remember on this particular game kind of had a glitch when I originally played it. But anyway, so when you go to the light, it acts as a barrier against enemies. In fact, enemies will just, if they're chasing you, they'll give up chase, and it acts as a heal. As you can see here, we're getting health back, and it acts as a checkpoint. So a lot of the times in this game, what I remember doing before is just fleeing from enemies, because there's not going to be too much ammunition all the time for you to have. And I normally don't put subtitles on, just because it hinders the editing process when I'm trying to line up footage and there's different text on different clips. It just looks odd. And I know this is a heavily story-driven game, and I thought that maybe my subscribers would want the subtitles on. So if you guys would like those on, let me know, and the majority will rule on that one. I'm not catering to everybody. I'm just saying that, if there's a lot of people that want them on, I'll put them on. I don't mind. But here's a first confrontation section, and it's the tutorial on how to deal with every enemy in this game, which is to burn them with the flashlight and then shoot them, preferably in the head. However, This guy just lets you burn him, and then he doesn't move, really. And rightly so. It's a tutorial, so they're not going to throw everything at you that's extremely difficult. And you can also hold down the left trigger to boost the flashlight, or if you just want to aim it at the enemies to see them without using the flashlight, you push in the left trigger halfway. And I've always had a problem doing that, but maybe I can get a little bit better at it with practice. So it's basically, you know how you aim with one finger and then you draw the trigger with the other? It's kind of like that, except you're drawing with the right finger, or middle finger probably, and then you're just not doing anything with the left finger except half holding it. It's kind of weird. But what else is Remedy making? They're making Quantum Break, aren't they? I think that's an Xbox exclusive. I'm waiting for a lot of games to come to PC, you guys. That's why my channel is stagnating right now. I don't have any private videos on this channel anymore. All the videos have caught up with me, and I have no content because there aren't that many games to begin with, and a lot of these games are console exclusives. I would love to play Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh yeah, one guy's coming up here. If he drops, like he drops right here, he'll come up from the right. So watch out for him. You could probably avoid this guy. And I would also love to play, what is it? Gears of War. But alas, I have no consoles. So we'll have to remedy that somehow. Anyway, two guys right up here. One on the left, one on the right. And this is going to show you how hard this game is, where even though they get stunned, you don't have that many batteries to deal with these guys sometimes. Like, I have no batteries, so I have to let it regen. But to let it regen, it's going to take time, so I'm going to have to flee. And my performance will get a little bit better. This is me just coming right into the game, not having played it for quite a while. But I know exactly how it works because I remember it vividly. Like I said, I was playing it in tandem with Ninja Gaiden 1. And alas, you can't center the camera in this game. I found that quite irritating. But you can switch the perspective that the camera like favors with his shoulder. You can do that. And oh, we picked up a flare gun. So this will show you just how brutal the flare gun is, and feel free to use this because you're not going to pick up anything else. And also, what you get in the next chapter, it won't have what you have now. So look at that. It killed all of the light barriers from these enemies, and it killed the enemies. So you're always going to have to destroy what's called the dark aura around them, and then shoot them. You can't shoot them before you destroy the dark aura. So this guy actually fell, and he didn't come back the way the other guy did, because sometimes they come back again. But I suppose this will be a nice odyssey into horror, this particular guide. I'll guide you guys through the darkness, and maybe we could talk about books a little bit, because I used to be quite the bibliophile. And not just Stephen King, like literature, like Shakespeare, Faust. I used to read, I read Faust 1 and 2 by Goethe. What else did I read? I used to be a big Thomas Mann fan. I still am. But I used to really like English literature. I think the American literature, there's just not that much, like the proliferation of it, much more proliferate on the English literature side. But anyway, you guys, we're going to head on into the lighthouse, and I'll see you in the next installment. Thank you very much for watching, and you take care of yourselves now.